So it's absolutely been chucking it down all day yesterday and into this morning. So I'm going to try and get a little flame off this silver birch bark, which I've literally just picked from the logs which are just behind me in the little wall that I made. So I've got my Lynx bush tool and the large fire steel from the bushcraft store, so to make some really good sparks off that. So this has been soaked. It is soaked. It's completely soaked for the last 2 days. So what I'm going to try and do is scrape off some of the more wet bark on the back, and the same with this one. So this is silver birch bark. It's got bitumen in them, or some kind of bitumen, betulin or something like that in it, out of the tree. So it sits in the bark. So most silver birches will rot from the inside out, or all silver birches. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create some very thin kind of bits to add on as mainly the kindling after I've got this started. So I'm going to try and make a pile of tinder out of the silver birch. So if I bring you a touch closer, make sure you're in the middle. That's cool. Right, so how we're going to do this is I'm going to use my knife and I'm going to scrape a little pile of shavings. Now, these shavings are absolutely soaked. Into a pile, trying to get to the drier stuff underneath. Just take your time, no need to rush. And then I want to get a little pile on this as well, so be careful of fingers. Same again, just nice and easy, trying to get those little small bits. So I'm going to collect them up as much as I can onto this one piece, and then the same again, I'm just going to try and rip this into little shreds so I can use it to get the fire going. And the same again, I'm just going to try again to make a little pile. Keep your fingers out the way of your knife. And then, because I'm using this little fireproof mat, I can collect all the bits that I need, as much as I can, into a little pile. So there's my tinder pile. I've got all my kindling, if you want to call it that, so the thinner bark to get this going. So because this is really wet, I am going to try a little thing that I've seen is you just scrape the ferrocerium rod really slowly and to try and get some shavings of ferrocerium into your tinder pile as well, which you probably can't see this, but there is little shavings of the ferrocerium being created. So as you can see, little spark, the ferrocerium caught, and now hopefully, if it doesn't go out, which it has, remember all this is very damp, so we're going to go again. So don't panic, just take your time. Add bits of silver birch bark to it. And as you can see, just don't give up. And obviously you'd add really thin sticks to this to get it going. If you had fat wood on you, you could add some obviously fat wood shavings to it. But as you can see, using the ferrocerium rod to create that bit more of a spark and the spine on your knife, I preferably, there is a notch here on this knife. I don't really like doing that. I like to use the end of the knife so you can get some nice sparks. But as you can see, that's got a decent flame going in even this very, very wet environment. I think the guy I seen who did it called it like the limpet mine method. So yeah, you build up that little bit so there's a bit of ferrocerium, so it sparks and goes off. But yeah, as you can see, you can get a fire going in most scenarios.